Hi there, in this video I'm going to be looking at the chords you can play in the key of G major. G major, along with D major, is a very common key in Celtic traditional music, so it's important to know what chords fit into that key and how you play them on the bouzouki. So in my video on tuning and the first basic chords, we looked at the open G major chord, which is a G on the open G string, D on the open D string, B second fret on the A string, and then the open D string again. So that's going to be the basis for everything that you play in the key of G major. Is that basic open G chord. But there are other chords that you need to play if you're playing in the key of G major. In any major key, the most important chords that you play are the 1, 5 and 4 chords. So obviously the 1 in G major would be G. The 5 chord is G, A, B, C, D major. And the 4 chord is G, A, B, C major. So we're going to be looking at G major, D major and C major. G major we've already looked at. So that's G, D, B, D. There are a lot of Ds in there. You might want to get a slightly more G heavy sound, so you can get Gs on the 5th fret of either that D string or that D string. So you can play G as open 5-2 open, or as open 5-2. I'll put all these chords as shorthand chord symbols in the description. So that'll just be four numbers which show you in order from lowest string to highest string what frets to play. So for this version of the G major chord, that would be 0, 0, 2, 5. So I'll put all them in the description below. So they're your main ways of playing G major. You can of course bar your first finger across the 5th fret of the top 3 strings and play that. So that chord just contains G's and D's. So that's G, G, D, G. That's what we would call a G5 chord. It doesn't contain the major third, so it's neither major nor minor. It's a 5 chord, which is very characteristic of the bouzouki and traditional Irish music. So moving on to the 5 chord in the key, which is D major. So D major is made up of the notes D, F sharp and A. In my very first video I showed you an open D5 chord, which is just D, A, D on those open strings. You can also add in the A on the 2nd fret of the G string. Again, that's just the D5 chord. To play the D major chord, you want to add in an F sharp, which you can get either there or there, the 4th fret of either the 3rd or 1st string. To play a full D major chord with D on the bottom and an F sharp, you play the 7th fret on the G string, which is the same as the open D string, and then the F sharp on the 4th fret of the D string, and then the other 2 strings open, A, D. So you can just, that's the D5, that's the D major. The 4 chord in G major is C major, so that's made up of the notes C, E and G. If you bar your first finger across the 2nd fret on the D, A and D strings, and then put your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then play open 2, 3, 2. So that's G, E, C, E. Again, if you want a more C heavy sound, you can reach your pinky across and play the 5th fret on the G string. So again, this chord shape might take a bit of getting used to, but that's my favourite way of playing the full C chord with a C at the bottom. So that's the 1, 4 and 5 chords in G major. The other chords you might need to play are the 2 and 6 chords. So in G major the 2 is G, A, and the 6 is G, A, B, C, D, E. And the 2 and 6 chords in a major key you play as minor chords, so that's A minor and E minor. So A minor is made up of the notes A, C and E, and to play that you want to bar your first finger across all the strings on the 2nd fret, and then play the C on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So that's 2, 2, 3, 2, A, E, C, E. You can also, in that situation, just play the A5 chord, which doesn't have that minor 3rd in it, so it doesn't sound major or minor and will still fit. And to do that, it's the 2nd fret on the G string, the 2nd fret on the D string, the A string open, and the 2nd fret on the top D string. So you can play that as a substitute for A minor. E minor uses the notes E, G and B. So the easiest way to do that is just to bar that finger across the 2nd fret of the D string, the A string and the top D string, and play the open G string. So G, E, B, E. Or again, you can just substitute that for the E5 chord, which would just be those 3 notes, the E, B, E. So that's the main chords in the key of G major. You've got G, C, D, A minor, E minor, and back to G. So practice those, practice strumming them, practice changing between them. And thank you very much for watching. I'd love to hear any feedback in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.